Hi, I'm Art Rothafel, and this tutorial is for the Weight Management University 101 sign-up option. The first decision point for your WMU 101 application is whether you plan to offer it for free, charge for a subscription, or maybe a combination of both. For example, you might include it for free as part of a training package or a premium membership. But at the same time, you may want to charge for it as a standalone program. Obviously, the free option is the easiest to set up. In this scenario, your sign-up button links directly to your WMU 101 registration page. This way, your clients or members or patients can simply self-enroll and get started right away. For paid enrollment, we purposely designed the application to be flexible for almost any kind of payment, including cash, check, or your own in-house payment system, PayPal, or even an e-commerce shopping cart. All of the paid enrollments are basically handled the same way, through a private link. An unpublished private link is used as a way to protect exclusive web content, and in this case, it's used to protect the WMU 101 registration page. So let's start with taking cash, a check, or running the purchase through your own in-house payment system. In this case, if the client is sitting right next to you, just type in the private link URL and go to the registration page and register your client. Make sure the client provides you with an easy-to-remember login. We've always found that the user's first name and last name, they're sufficient. And if the last name is less than 6 characters, just add numbers like we've done here. If the client is off-site, then it's simply a matter of sending an email to the client with a private URL link allowing him or her to self-register. I've included a couple of sample emails on the page below, as well as the one on the screen. If you plan to use PayPal, you need to be sure you have a PayPal business account. Once you've established a PayPal business account, simply log in and then click on Tools. You'll be redirected to a page full of image icons, and you're going to want the very first one labeled PayPal Buttons. When you hover over the image, it changes to a text description, but just ignore it and click on it. You'll be redirected to a page labeled My Saved Buttons, which will probably have some sample buttons that you can review later. But for now, we want to head over to the right-hand side and click on Create New Button. This will take you to the page where you actually create your Buy Now button. The first step is to choose a button type from the drop-down menu. In this instance, you want to choose Buy Now, and you'll notice that it provides you with a preview of the button a little bit further down on the page on the right. Next, you want to name the item you're selling. So I'm going to type in here Weight Management University 101. You can leave the item ID blank. Next, we need to add a price. So I'm going to charge this amount, and it's going to be in US currency. If you're outside the US, then just use the drop-down menu for the appropriate currency. Now, the next section is very powerful and offers lots of different options. But for purposes of this demonstration, we're going to keep it really simple and leave all of this blank. You can always come back to this section and review all the possibilities. Since this is a software product, there is no shipping and in most cases no tax. So simply leave those two boxes blank. Next, to avoid getting a ton of spam, check on the radio button labeled Use My Secure Merchant Account ID. It should be the default and it's the best option. Again, for simplicity, we're going to skip step number 2 and go directly to step number 3. Here is where you can customize the checkout process. The first 3 buttons should all be checked as No. After that, click on the little box and add the check mark where it reads, Take customers to this URL if they cancel their checkout. In this instance, I'm going to have the customer return to my WMU 101 homepage if they decide to cancel the purchase. The next checkbox is really important. First, click on the little box and add the check mark where it reads, Take customers to this URL when they finish checkout. This is where you type in the private link URL to the registration page. So, as you've probably already figured out, once the client completes the purchase, he or she is automatically delivered to the registration page for self-enrollment into your WMU-101 website and curriculum. Once that's completed, skip everything else on the page and scroll down to the little yellow button that says Create Button. You'll be redirected to a new page. Scroll down about halfway and you'll see the actual code for the transaction button. Above the code are two tabs, one marked Website and the other is Email. Make sure the Email tab is selected. Then, click on the button that says Select Code and copy it. Now, simply go to your email, type in our email address, and paste the code in the body copy and send it to us. We will then take that code and hook it up to all of your sign-up buttons on your WMU-101 website. I'm Art Rothafel, and I hope you found this tutorial to be helpful.